Today, we will talk about top 10 places to visit in the Maldives. Left to the mercy of the soft and lapping Indian Ocean, the islands of the Maldives have been sculpted and formed into unquestionably one of the most quintessentially beautiful tropical places on the globe. Ranging from the powdered beaches of the northern atolls to the earthy sea shacks and fishing hamlets of the southern isles, the whole nation can be found strewn across the turquoise waters, some way from the Indian subcontinent. Most visitors will land in the throbbing, pulsing city of Male, packed onto its own pinprick of an isle and boasting spice-scented markets and great mosques. Most also don't linger long before they hit the seaplanes or boats and make for the shimmering private bays of their chosen resort, where infinity pools and overwater cabanas are the norms. More recently, new local guesthouses and the discovery of rolling waves have begun transforming the Maldives from honeymoon hotspots to surfing, adventure and backpacking destination. Paradise is now open to all, it seems. Let's explore the best places to visit in the Maldives. 10 Male. Thrumming with scooters and cars and Indian bazaars, stacked with coconuts and spice, the city of Male, the capital of the Maldives atolls, has the frenetic feel of a place crammed into a slot that's too small for it. Although rarely visited, most travelers bypass the city on seaplanes, heading straight for the resort. The town is crammed onto a pint-sized islet in the North Male Atoll. It manages to fit some fascinating sights between its streets though, like the 17th century Friday Mosque and the gold-tipped Islamic Center. Male Market is another must. Just be sure to get your haggling skills up to scratch. 9. Hulhumale Island. Sat just across the sparkling waters from the capital of Male, the island of Hulhumale is forever growing and growing as more and more land is reclaimed to house the sprawling urban tendrils of the city. It's also the home of the Vavamula International Airport, which is the main gateway to these paradisiacal islands for most. However, don't be put off by how all that sounds. Hulhumale is actually a charming place. It's got a gorgeous, if artificial, beach on its eastern haunch, a clutch of leafy neighborhoods, a glass-topped mosque, and planned promenade walkways above the Indian Ocean. 8. Mafushi. Mafushi might not have the sprawling luxury resorts and opulent five-star hotels that many of its nearby brothers do, but it's got plenty of charm. Sadly ravaged in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, the place has been busy rebuilding its salt-washed fishing jetties and industrious sailor huts in the last decade. Something that's helped is the opening up of rights to local guesthouses, which is transforming Mafushi into one of the top offbeat island getaways for budget travelers. 7. Athimu. Sat on the far northern reaches of the Ha-Alif Atoll, itself the northernmost of all the Maldivian island chains, the beautiful site of Athimu holds a special place in the history of this archipelago nation. That's because it was once the home of the revered Sultan Muhammad the Karufanu, the leader who's credited with driving out Portuguese invaders from the Isles in the late 16th century. Of course, there are the usual sparkling white sands and lapping Indian Ocean waves, but these are punctuated by heritage sites like the Athimu Gandu, which is the gorgeous timber-built palace where the respected leader grew up. 6. Maradu. Join at the hip to the aforementioned Feedu by a seaside causeway that runs just above the coral-fringed shores of the Sinu Atoll. Maradu is a major link in the island chain that starts with Gandu to the east. Long and thin, it juts out into the Indian Ocean like a finger fringe with narrow beachfronts and swaying groves of coconut palms. As in Feedu, the locals are laid back and lovely, and the cuisine is spicy and rich in seafood. Be sure to take a walk down Link Road and flit between the coffee shops and sandwich meanders that meet between the palm trees there. 5. Gandu Island. Romantic sunsets glow red and yellow over the lapping waters of the Indian Ocean. Cocktails clink in the resort's luxurious bar. Sea kayaks bob on the turquoise shoreline, and crystal-clear waves roll in softly from the inland lagoon. Welcome to uber-beautiful Gandu Island, which has long been championed as one of the top destinations in the Maldives for couples. Honeymooners and newlyweds are a common sight on this long, thin finger of land on the western edge of the North Area Atoll, and there are plenty of opulent seaside villas and suites to match. 4. Banana Reef. Many travelers heading to the islands of the Maldives will be coming for one thing and one thing only: diving. And there's hardly a single better place to don the scuba gear and wetsuits in the country than at the Banana Reef. This fruit-shaped dash of multicolored corals and seaweed-clad sandbanks lies underwater between the isles of the North Male Atoll. It's served by countless outfitters who lead excursions to uncover the striped snappers and bulbous sponges, the reef sharks, and the barracudas that all coalesce here. 3. Dualistu Island. It's the spirit of the salt-washed Caribbean that seems to drive Dualistu Island. Largely undiscovered, this speck in the Male Atolls is ringed by wide spaces of sand from which bulbous coconut trunks sprout by the hundred. The beaches are, naturally, great, and the locals love to draw in their fading fishing boats to flint up a good sizzling seafood barbecue now and then. That all fits perfectly with the other pastime of travelers on Dualistu: surfing. Look for the fun left-hand rollers that turn into barrels off of Alamatha close by. 2. Vavamula. Vavamula promises something a little different to the rest of the Maldivian atolls. For starters, this speck on the map of the Indian Ocean doesn't really have any near neighbors, and it occupies an atoll all of its own. It's also peppered with the occasional inland lake, which is a rare sight to see in this flat-lying country. Meanwhile, the sandbanks that ring popular Banjing Beach make for some crashing rollers and refreshing salt spray, a break from the usual relaxing lapping lagoons, and the proximity to the Earth's equator means steamy weather throughout the year. 1. Alamatha Island. Perched on the eastern edge of the Maldives, in the famous Felid Atoll, Alamatha is a great tourist island that offers luxury cabanas, untouched stretches of pristine sandy beach, and most importantly, some of the most celebrated scuba diving spots around. The resort that covers the island can often be seen packed with eager divers, who all come to seek out the pretty coral groves and seawalls that surround the shores. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.